Mongolia, a name that conjures images of endless plains, rolling grasslands stretching as far as the eye can see. Imagine a landlocked country twice the size of Texas, yet home to a population smaller than Los Angeles. 99.7% of this vast expanse remains virtually untouched, its silence broken only by the whisper of the wind and the occasional cry of a hawk. What secrets does this land hold that keeps so much of it empty? Why do so few choose to make this breathtaking wilderness their home? The answer, like the land itself, is complex and multifaceted. It lies in the very essence of Mongolia, a country where the past and present coexist, where ancient traditions meet modern challenges. Join me as we journey into the heart of Mongolia, to understand the forces that have shaped this land and its people. Mongolia experiences a climate of extremes. Summers are short and hot, the sun blazing down with relentless intensity. Temperatures soar, pushing the mercury well above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This heat, however, is fleeting, a mere prelude to the long, harsh winter that grips the land for much of the year. As temperatures plummet to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit and below, the land transforms into a frozen expanse. Blizzards rage across the steppes, burying the land under a thick blanket of snow. This is the dreaded Dzud, a Mongolian term for a severe winter that can decimate livestock and isolate communities for months. These unforgiving conditions make permanent settlements a challenge, pushing both humans and animals to adapt. Mongolia's geography is a tapestry of contrasts, woven from soaring mountains, arid deserts, and vast steppes. The Altai Mountains, a formidable range in the west, rise to heights exceeding 14,000 feet, their snow-capped peaks piercing the sky. These mountains, while breathtakingly beautiful, present formidable barriers to travel and communication. The Gobi Desert, covering much of the southern region, presents its own set of challenges. Its shifting sands and unforgiving heat make it one of the most sparsely populated areas on Earth. The majority of Mongolia, however, is covered by steppe, a vast grassland that stretches as far as the eye can see. While seemingly more hospitable than mountains or deserts, the steppe's lack of natural shelter and limited water sources make permanent settlement a logistical challenge. For centuries, the nomadic way of life has been the defining characteristic of Mongolian culture. Nomads, living in portable dwellings called Gers, move their herds of livestock across the vast steppes in search of fresh grazing land and water sources. This lifestyle, dictated by the rhythm of the seasons and the availability of resources, has shaped the Mongolian people's relationship with their environment. Nomadic families, often separated by vast distances, rely on their deep knowledge of the land, their livestock, and their own resilience to survive. This lifestyle, while challenging, fosters a strong sense of community and interdependence. Children grow up learning the ancient traditions of herding, horsemanship, and respecting the delicate balance of nature. Section 5, where roads are just whispers. Outside of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia's bustling capital, infrastructure is limited. Paved roads are scarce, often giving way to dirt tracks that become treacherous or impassable during the rainy season. This lack of reliable transportation networks makes it difficult to access essential services, transport goods, and connect rural communities. The challenges of distance and accessibility impact every aspect of life, from healthcare and education to economic opportunities. The lack of infrastructure reinforces the traditional nomadic lifestyle, as it remains the most practical way to navigate the vast and often unforgiving terrain. Section 6. Drawn to the glittering promise. Mongolia's economy is largely based on agriculture and mining. Livestock, particularly sheep, goats, cattle, and horses, form the backbone of the rural economy, providing sustenance and income for nomadic families. Mining, however, with its promise of jobs and development, is increasingly drawing people towards urban centers. The discovery of vast mineral deposits, including copper, gold, and coal, has fueled an economic boom in recent years. This has led to a growing disparity between urban and rural areas, as young people seeking better opportunities migrate to cities like Ulaanbaatar, leaving behind the traditional nomadic way of life. Section 7. Echoes of Empires Past. Mongolia's history is a tale of empires rising and falling, of conquests and migrations that have shaped the country's demographic landscape. From the vast empire of Genghis Khan in the 13th century to the socialist period under Soviet influence in the 20th century, political, and social upheavals have left their mark on the country's population distribution. Forced collectivization during the socialist era disrupted traditional nomadic patterns, while the collapse of the Soviet Union in the 1990s led to significant economic and social changes. These historical events, layered upon the country's challenging geography and climate, have contributed to the uneven population density we see today. Section 8. The Last Nomads. Mongolia stands at a crossroads, a country where ancient traditions meet the relentless march of modernity. The vast emptiness that defines so much of this land is not simply a matter of geography or climate, but a reflection of a complex interplay of cultural, historical, and economic forces. As Mongolia grapples with the challenges of development, preserving its unique nomadic heritage becomes increasingly important. The echoes of horses' hooves across the vast steppes, the sight of Gers silhouetted against the setting sun, these are reminders of a way of life that has endured for centuries, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of nature's challenges. Mongolia, the land of the eternal blue sky, continues to captivate and inspire, a reminder that there are still places on Earth where silence speaks volumes, and where emptiness holds a beauty all its own.